All right, guys, it is a Friday. We are doing things a little bit different on the Ben Garcia Show as we preview the Arizona Cardinals taking on the New York Jets this Sunday at State Farm Stadium. Normally, you guys see me at the Fox Sports Radio studios. For those that don't know, I was laid off on Monday from Fox Sports 910 in Phoenix. They pretty much shut down our entire department. They're not doing live radio anymore. Budget cuts. It happens. Currently in the mix of looking for the next gig. I don't know what that is next. I'm still on Locked On Suns. I'm still doing the Saturday College Football Show. But for those that don't know, I was laid off on Monday. That's life. You know, you took me into the office and I just said, hey, thank you for the service you've allowed me to provide. Appreciate it. You have my number. But that's why we are here today covering the Arizona Cardinals against the New York Jets. The Ben Garcia Show will still go on. The Locked On Phoenix Suns podcast is still going on. I will still be on the College Football Radio Show on Saturdays. That is a broker show that I'm paid to be on. So, you guys will still see me a little bit on that station, but not as much clearly anymore as I was let go. But no more of the dampered news. We have the Arizona Cardinals going up against the New York Jets this weekend. We'll still be covering it every single week. So let's talk about it right now. The Cardinals are now entering not must-win territory, but the Cardinals are now entering what is, we expect you to win territory. I'm not going to lower the expectations for this team because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I'm not going to lower my expectations for this team because we're just not sure yet. No. Expectations have been raised for this team, and that's because of the leadership, stability, and the culture that Jonathan Gannon has set for this team. Now, we'll get to in just a second that this Monty Ossenfort not going and getting someone at the trade deadline, an actual player, that is on him, but we'll get to that in just a second. Jonathan Gannon has raised the expectations for this team. He set a culture, leadership, a new standard for this team. The Arizona Cardinals now are one of the most well-run organizations in the NFL. I know that is hard to take in. Things change in an instant in the NFL. They have changed. The Arizona Cardinals, even if they're not one of the best-run organizations in the NFL at this point, they're absolutely in the top echelon of that. And then you have an organization like the New York Jets that are so dysfunctional, so insane, firing head coaches, doing things stupid. Everything the New York Jets do, there should be a book about doing the opposite. That's why the Arizona Cardinals should win this game. This game is very similar to the Chicago Bears last week, where I had said it comes down to coaching. It comes down to culture. I'm not trying to be boring. I'm not trying to throw out the same take, the same narrative, and just regurgitate it to you and just say, here, buddy, eat this. It's true. The Chicago Bears and Matt Eberflus, they had all sorts of trouble. And it was easily seen, at least for me. And I had said, listen, this is a culture game. This is a choose-your-fighter game. You want to take Jonathan Gannon and his culture and everything we've seen so far, or do you want to take Matt Eberflus's, who's doing less with more and has issues getting with discipline as guys are taunting the crowd as Hail Marys are about to happen? It's the same thing here with the New York Jets. It's the exact same thing as last week. It's the culture and stability and the nonsense of the New York Jets, or you're taking the Arizona Cardinals, stability, leadership, and culture, which are all superior to the New York Jets, and that's not even debatable. The better quarterback in this game is Kyler Murray. You might argue the best receiver in this game is still Devontae Adams. But the Cardinals do not lack weapons. I'm taking the Cardinals' weapons over the Jets' weapons. The only thing that the New York Jets have over the Cardinals that I'm willing to concede, but not willingly, is their defense. The Arizona Cardinals' defense is all made about leadership, playing with heart, bend but don't break. The Jets can be demoralized. The Jets can give up quickly. And that's what the Arizona Cardinals have to do. You have to lean on the stability, leadership, and culture that are all far superior than what the New York Jets have. This is very similar to the Chicago Bears game last week, where I said choose your fighter. The stability, culture, leadership of Jonathan Gannon or the stability, culture, leadership of Matt Eberflus? And I was right, because that's what happens, especially when you're at home. Jonathan Gannon, everything he has done is just superior to what Matt Eberflus has done. And whether it's Robert Saleh or the new head coach that the Jets have, everything Jonathan Gannon has done is far superior than what the Jets have done. So at this point, it's a choose your fighter battle again. Offensively, I like the Cardinals' weapons better than the New York Jets' weapons. I don't care that they have Devontae Adams. I still like the Cardinals' weapons better. Defensively, yeah, the talent is more on the Jets' side. But what the Cardinals have done defensively is force timely turnovers, every single week timely turnovers, and be bend but don't break. If the Cardinals can get downhill fast, if they can score on this team, pile it on, make them turtle shell, like Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets are prone to doing, this can be a blowout. I'm not saying it will be, but it has the potential of being a blowout. Now, could the Cardinals lose this game? Of course. The Jets are still very talented. But the Cardinals have everything and more for this game to be a blowout. You know, I'm not sure if the Cardinals are in that part of the rebuild yet, where they're able to just consistently blow out teams like they did against the Rams, like they did against the Bears. I'm not so sure they can consistently put those 2 weeks together yet. But I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. And the Jets are waiting to implode. They are this close to imploding. Can you push the button that ultimately self-destructs them? Because Jonathan Gannon, I'm taking everything of his coaching, leadership, stability, culture over what the Jets have and whatever head coach they're rolling out there this week. I'm taking the weapons of the Arizona Cardinals over the New York Jets. And I'm taking the defense over the Arizona Cardinals to be bend but don't break and force timely turnovers. Yeah, sure, the Jets have a lot of talent. But this league is more than just talent. It's about leadership. It's about culture. And they are this close to imploding. And this might very well be the game that they implode. Can you be the team that forces them to implode and give up on the road? Call me crazy, but I'm not lowering expectations to keep my feelings from being hurt or because I have low self-esteem because I've been watching this team for a very long time. I'm holding them to the standard that they are starting to set for themselves. A competent organization that is now one of the most competent organizations in the NFL under the leadership of Monty Ossenfort and Jonathan Gannon, where the Jets on the inverse are one of the most incompetent organizations in the NFL, as they've always have been and will be for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Cardinals beat this team, and I'm going to say they beat them pretty handily. Now, I don't think it's going to be 40-10, but I think the Cardinals are going to beat this team. You're going to be at home against likely a favorable crowd. I don't see a bunch of Jets fans traveling for this game. But with all that being said, I'm not going to shy away from this. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I am starting to believe in this team. They're putting together a consistent string of games. They are starting to play complementary football, where it's not one game the defense plays well and the other game the offense plays well. This team gets it. They are ready for the next challenge. And so with all that being said, I'll take the Cardinals to win this game 31-17. Not exactly a blowout, but a comfortable win, and a win that again builds the culture of this team. And if they get this win, you can pretty much pencil them into the playoffs. Not pen, don't write it in pen, but pencil it in. Because then after that, it's Geno Smith, it's Bryce Young, it's Drake May. You got to get to 9 wins. Can they get there? I think they can. And it starts this week against the New York Football Jets, Jets. And I'll take the Cardinals to win this game 31-17, and they continue to shock the world by being the surprise of the NFC. Go Birds.